Hello my friends, welcome back to Home and Garden. So today I am going to show you this beautiful clematis behind me. I have more planted on different parts of my backyard and I will give you some tips on how to grow, how to train them on the trellis and also how to propagate them so you will have more plenty of clematis that's planted in your beautiful garden. So this clematis is an Asian Virgin's Bower clematis, and this is actually planted on the very center of my backyard garden, and it is trained in the wood trellis or the wood pergola. And also I have this planted for many years in here now. And also you have to make sure you train them properly. This is what happened if you don't. So I have an extra plant that I put some training trellis in this side, and they just like overgrown and just coming and growing to this side. So I have to train them to make sure they will grow together with other vine on the trellis that I have in this side. So that is the far view of the clematis, and look, you can still see them. Their flowers are big, they're about 6 to 8 inches, and also there's a different color that I have planted on the backyard, and I have this almost like dark purple. Look at this one flower. You see how big compared to my hand, and that's the size of this flower. They are so beautiful. So I have all of this actually climbing to this wood pergola. This wood pergola, I have 3 different kind of plant that planted, and also some vines that planted, which is I have the trumpet vine, and it is already too tall, and that's gonna be our next one that's going to bloom like about July or August. So here is again the far view of this clematis, and I have also this clematis that planted into this trellis that I just actually just cut them, deadhead them last year because they are too old already. So I have to start from beginning because they gonna be overgrown, and also they don't look nice when they have a lot of mix of the new shoots to the old shoots or old vine. So you have to at least cut them, deadhead them for every 2 years. And also if you don't, then it's gonna be look like this. Let me give you a good example of a clematis that's not clean looking, which is you'll see it underneath this one. It is really hard to do, especially with this clematis on the center, because they are already mature and they have all this matured vine already. This is the underneath of the pergola. I'm just showing you a close-up view. So I am actually standing a little bit further from the clematis, but you can still see all the flowers because they are so big. And my road is still doing good. They dropped all the flowers already. Let me just give you a quick look. And they're still beautiful. Okay, going back to my clematis. So from here, on the very back view, you'll see all these flowers. Even the bottom side of the vines, they have all these flowers. It's all the way there. And that extra vine that you are looking right now, all of this, that's a trumpet vine. And I will do another video on that. So please hit your notification bell so you will be notified when I have all these new videos. So here are the vines that I was mentioning a while ago, and actually look at that. It might be some of the birds. Well, I don't know who's eating this one, but some of the tip of the vine, they are gone. So anyway, going back here, this is the view. You can see all these beautiful flowers. It's all the way down there. So this is the front view of the pergola, the wood pergola that I have all this purple clematis. And I do have actually a maroon clematis next to it. This side is actually a clematis that I trained them to grow. I cut them, I deadhead them last year because they are not doing good. There's like a mix of old vine to a new shoot, so I just cut them all the way to the ground and then I trained them to grow and shape like what the trellis is. So that we will see a quick view, so you'll see how the beautiful blooms are, and they're actually smaller than this purple one over here. So this is the biggest one that I have. I'll show you the blue one that I have on the very back next to my rose garden, and they are actually also big and beautiful. So let's check the maroon color clematis first, and then we can go to the blue one. Okay, so this is the maroon color. It's like a dark pink. The background flower that you're looking right now, that is the azalea. And this is actually darker than that azalea bloom. So this one is the passion flower clematis and smaller bloom than this purple one. And I do have a lot of blooms. This is the front side of the trellis, and let's check it out the other side of this clematis so you can see it on how much bloom. So this is the top of the trellis already. Some of them, they're still under flower buds, and here I have some new vine, the new shoots of the vine, and I have to make sure I will train that and so that they will look neat and they're not just going to grow everywhere like the first one that I showed it to you. So like this extra vine over here, that is actually a vine of the clematis. So this, you can just tie them here, or you can just start pushing, just let them follow this trellis and tuck them in so they will be look neat. And I have more bloom underneath. So here's the other new shoots of the vine, and we have to make sure again we train them and tuck them in. This is actually a lily, asiatic lily, and some of my clematis vine, they're already hugging the lily. So we want to make sure. You can also cut them if it's too much, it's too thick, then you cut them. But this actually, if you want to make them more bushy, then you can just leave them, just strain them and tuck them in so they will look neat. So I'm still standing next to this purple clematis. This is the center, and that white pergola over there, I also planted a clematis, but they are pink. And let's take a quick view on how they look like. Okay, so let's take a quick look on that pergola. And I'm still taking this video again on my backyard. And here is the quick look of this beautiful clematis. And I am going to actually show you the very top of this. And this is all this beautiful clematis. Can you see that? So clematis, they like to be planted on the partial sun area. They like also, of course, like full sun, but you want to make sure that the roots, they are moist and they're not going to be dried up, so that you have actually a healthier clematis. So my other clematis is planted next to all these roses. All this row are roses. So I call this garden the rose garden because I have majority planted are roses. And here, as you can see already, the bloom, that is the beautiful clematis. Can you see it? So this one, I transplant them actually. They actually planted on the very side of this fence, and majority of the blooms, they are going towards my neighbor's fence. So what I did, I just add this trellis or this metal trellis over here and divide that one clematis and make them two. So I have one on each side of this trellis. As you can see now, they are really doing good. We will check a quick view of that clematis, but I'm just giving you a far view so you can see on how I decorate them with the other plants as well. So next to it there is actually a red roses. It was like a mirror like. This one is a red rose and the other one is red rose. The one on the pot is actually a white um, pinnacle hydrangea. So here is again, I decorate some of my repurpose. That one I decorate is actually, it's made from the old tires, and I have planters that also part of an old tires, and I just paint them blue similar to the color of the clematis, so I have like a highlight of it, and they all look nice. So I cannot wait until all this clematis, the vines, is going to be overgrown and going to the top and all flowered on the top of that pergola. Can you see them? There is the beautiful clematis, and there are actually more blue in person when you're looking. In the camera, it might be look like a purple, but this one is actually blue. So here, all of these new shoots over here, you can actually train them and put them as the trellis go. You can just follow that. And again, like this one, the first one that I show it to you, there is an issue onto the tip of the new shoots. I don't know, again, it might be some slugs or insects are eating them, but that's okay because actually you can cut the tip, the new shoots of the vine, so you can have more shoots, and also you can apply that to different kind of plants that you have in your garden. Same thing with roses or dahlias, you can actually pinch them, the new shoots, so they can give you more shoots, double or triple all the shoots, so you can have more, plenty of flowers. So here is the up close view of this beautiful bloom. Compared to the first two that I showed you, this one, they have thicker bloom and it looks like a double bloom. And then the other one, they have longer petals. And here, they do have shorter, but it's fuller because it's double bloom. And I do have also on the other side, and look at that, they are all doing good. So I water them at least every 2 or 3 days. And here, again, you can propagate them by cuttings. But right now, because they're still in bloom, we're not going to do that. But I'll show you an example of all the cuttings that I did from last year. And all of that is, the bottom is actually the clematis that I divide, and they don't really grow tall compared to this one that have a bloom already. But hopefully by the next year, this is all more bushy, and we got to get more blooms and cover this trellis over here. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love them. Okay, my friend, I hope you remember all the tips that I give you regarding caring, growing, and propagating your clematis. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe, and also leave a comment on the comment box below, and also hit your notification bell so you will be notified for all my new videos. And I'll see you on my next vlog. You take care.